Hello, everyone. Why do Chinese people celebrate the Spring Festival? Today I will tell you a story about Chinese New Year's Eve.
Once upon a time, at the foot of a deep mountain in China, there is a quiet little village. The village is not big. Dozens of families live in the mountains, living by farming and hunting. Villagers make sunrise. As the sun sets, life is simple, but also safe and happy. But during the coldest days of winter, on the last night of the 12th lunar month, a terrifying monster will emerge from the mountains. This monster is called Nyan, also known as Nyan Beast. Nyan is terrifying. Its body is bigger than that of an elephant. There is a pointed and long horn on the head. The eyes are like two green lanterns, glittering in the dark. It opens its mouth. It can reveal 2 rows of sharp teeth like knives. Nyan's skin is as rough as old tree bark, covered with turquoise scales. 4 strong legs, every step. The earth will shake slightly. Nyan usually hides in the deepest cave in the mountains. She wouldn't come out for a whole year. But on New Year's Eve, it will come down into the village in search of food. It eats everything: pigs, sheep, cows and chickens, and even attacks people. Where the Nyan beast passed by, houses collapsed and livestock disappeared. The villagers were terrified and went into hiding. Every New Year's Eve, the people in the village are on tenterhooks. As soon as it gets dark, every household closes the doors and windows tightly. The whole family is crowded together, and the atmosphere is not dare to come out. The children were muzzled and kept quiet. However, Nyan's nose is particularly sharp and its ears are also particularly sharp. You can always find someone to live in. And so, year after year, there were fewer and fewer people in the village. Some people moved away, while others were hurt by Nyan. The rest of the people are worried every day about the next New Year's Eve. Who will the Nyan beast take away? This winter, it's almost New Year's Eve. The villagers began to get nervous again, busy strengthening doors and windows, ready to hide. Just then, a strange old man came to the entrance of the village. The old man's hair and beard are white, wearing a shabby red robe. He was carrying a bamboo cane. He looks old, but he walks steadily. The eyes are also very energetic. The old man walked into the village and asked with a smile, "Fellow villagers, can you sleep over for one night? It's getting dark and I can't walk." Villagers, look at me. I look at you. All shake their heads. A kind old woman stepped forward. Holding the old man's hand, he said, "Old man, go away. Today is New Year's Eve, and the Nyan beast is coming tonight. If you stay, you will be eaten by Nyan." When the old man heard this, not only was he not afraid, but he laughed out loud. He patted his chest and said, "Nyan beast, I've lived so long, what monsters have I never seen? Don't worry. I have a way to deal with it. Just let me stay in the village for one night. I promise that Nyan will never come again tomorrow morning." None of the villagers believed him. The old man is not angry, just smiled and said, "You just go and hide from your. Give me an empty room, some red paper, some bamboo. Just get me another pile of dry wood." Seeing that he was so persistent, the villagers couldn't say anything more. The old woman is soft-hearted. He gave the old man an empty house in the east of the village that no one lived in. I also helped him find red paper, bamboo and dry firewood. Before leaving, the old woman repeatedly told the old man, "Please be careful." The old man nodded and said with a smile, "Don't worry. You'll find out tomorrow morning. It'll be dark soon." The villagers all hid in their homes, lock the doors and windows, turn off the lights. The whole village is quiet, only the cold wind is blowing. Late at night, the moon hid in the clouds, and it was pitch black all around. Suddenly, a low roar came from deep in the mountains. It was like thunder, shaking the window paper. Immediately after, heavy footsteps came from a distance. Dong, every step hits the ground like a hammer. Nyan is here. It came to the entrance to the village and stopped. Its nostrils twitched, sniffing the air. "It smells people," whispered excitedly. He strode towards the village. Nyan walked to the door of the first house and slammed the door hard. The door panel made a creaking sound, but it was not knocked open. Nyan Beast was very unhappy and walked towards the second house again. But as it walked, it suddenly stopped. It saw the lighted room at the east end of the village. For so many years, Nyan has never seen a light on New Year's Eve. Usually at this time, the whole village is pitch black. But today, there is a room lit by warm candlelight. Nyan was curious and walked towards the room. The old man in the room was sitting by candlelight, leisurely drinking tea. He heard the footsteps of Nyan getting closer and closer, but stood up calmly. Pick up the prepared red paper, stick it on doors and windows. Then he lit the wood and threw the bamboo into the fire. When bamboo meets fire, it immediately makes a crackling sound, loud as firecrackers. Nyan walked to the front of the house, just about to reach out and push the door. Suddenly I saw the red paper pasted on the door. The bright red is particularly dazzling in the light of candlelight. Nyan Beast was stunned for a moment and involuntarily took a step back. It doesn't know why. When I see this color, my eyes hurt and I panic. Then, there was a loud crackling sound from the house. The sound of bamboo bursting as it burns, louder on a quiet night, like thunder exploding in my ears. Nyan was startled and took a few steps back. Just then, the door of the house suddenly opened. The old man, dressed in a bright red robe, strode out. He stood in the doorway with his hands on his hips. He shouted loudly at Nyan Beast, "Bold Nyan Beast, don't get out quickly." Nyan saw the fiery red. I heard the deafening explosion again. Look at the old man's majestic expression, scared to death. It thought it had encountered some powerful immortal, turned around and ran into the mountains. I broke several trees along the way, and I didn't even dare to look back. And the next morning, at dawn, the villagers cautiously opened the door and poked their heads out to check the situation. They were surprised to find that the village was intact. Nyan is gone. Everyone, run to the east end of the village. I saw the old man sitting in the sun by the door, looking at everyone with a smile. "Old man, what about Nyan Beast?" the villagers asked eagerly. The old man pointed in the direction of the mountains, said, "Ran away, scared away by me. It's afraid of three things, red things, fires and loud noises. From now on, you will have New Year's Eve every year. Just stick red paper on the door, light up the house, burn some more bamboo to make it explode. The Nyan Beast will not dare to approach your village." The villagers were surprised and delighted when they heard it. They wanted to leave the old man and thank him, but the old man waved his hand, and I stood up with a bamboo cane, slowly walked out of the village. No one knows where he went or who he is. From then on, the villagers were no longer afraid of Nyan. Every New Year's Eve, everyone follows the method taught by the elderly. Paste couplets made of red paper and the word "fu" on the door. The house was lit with bright candles and oil lamps. Burning bamboo in the yard, make a crackling sound. The Nyan Beast never appeared again. Later, and the custom spread from one village to other nearby villages, and from nearby villages far beyond. Passed down from generation to generation, it has become a Chinese New Year tradition. Sticking red paper slowly evolved into sticking Spring Festival couplets and the word "fu." Auspicious words written on red paper. Express your best wishes for the new year. Burning bamboo becomes setting off firecrackers. The crackling sound is louder and more lively. Lighting becomes a year old. The whole family sits around, stay up all night to welcome the arrival of the new year. And the next morning, the first day of the new year, people come out of their homes and greet each other. Congratulations to each other on a safe New Year's Eve. This is the origin of New Year's greetings. To commemorate the victory over the Nyan Beast, people call the last day of the 12th month of the lunar calendar New Year's Eve. Accept means to remove. Night means night. Together, we get rid of that terrible night. And the new year is called Chinese New Year. It means that the threat of the Nyan Beast has passed safely. Nowadays, New Year's Eve has become the most important festival for Chinese people. No matter how far away they are from home, people will rush home on this day. Have a lively New Year's Eve dinner with your loved ones. The table was covered with sumptuous dishes. There must be fish in it, which means more than every year. There are dumplings shaped like ancient ingots, which symbolize attracting wealth and treasure. The children put on new clothes, received lucky money from elders. Happy fireworks in the yard. It's midnight. Firecrackers sound one after another. Fireworks are shining brightly in the night sky. Light up the sky. People say to each other, Happy New Year, Gong Shi Fa Kai. Welcome a brand new year. This story that has been passed down for thousands of years tells us courage and wisdom can defeat the most fearsome enemies. The old man in the red robe, with his bravery and wit, taught people how to protect themselves. And the Chinese New Year's red bustle and reunion, and it's a celebration of that spirit.